In this time of uncertainty with the coronavirus pandemic, one local church is helping the community by offering free masks.
We started doing that very early in the pandemic, probably April or May of 2020.
The Episcopal Church of the Good Shepherd, located at 64 University Terrace, believes that masks shouldn't be out of reach when the world is experiencing such trying times.
And if you're going to have mandates where people have to have them, I think they should be offered for free because people forget or whatever. So we just started buying them and putting them out. When we did our yard project, we moved the masks to the railing because now the yard is not so, it's not so pleasant to walk into it.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, the church has given away around 2,300 free masks. It's not just masks that the church offers, however, but also caffeine. Founded about 4 years ago, the Crossroads Cafe not only offers coffee and tea, but a space to relax and chat.
It's a space for them to feel comfortable, to be able to vent problems, to discuss concepts of what they need to do, to kvetch about being a grown-up. There's a lot of aspects with that.
Although cash only, the cafe has a unique way of paying for those who may not have the funds for the refreshments offered.
It's called pay it forward. So someone has paid for it. It's not a debt. You owe nothing. You can take your coffee and leave and never come back. Or you can come back and pay for your coffee or just get another cup of coffee, or you can contribute to that pay it forward fund.
Before the age of COVID-19, a free weekly meal was another amenity offered. But after trouble finding volunteers, the church has created a new strategy to combat food insecurity.
So we've got a cabinet over there that's stocked with non-perishable food items that people can get 24/7. And we've advertised it not just as where you can come and get food, but you can donate food. And that's been really pleasurable for us to see is how many people want to participate.
The church says for as long as the pandemic is going on, and even after, it will continue to offer these amenities.
We just want to be good neighbors, and whatever's going on, we're here. We may not be able to have the power to fix any problems, any big problems, but no matter what's going on, we're here with you. We're here to celebrate with you. We're here to grieve with you. We're here just to be a quiet place.
Reporting for The Post, I'm Cole Patterson. Since opening in 1966, Bromley Hall has played a significant role in housing Ohio University students. With over 500 residents calling the 9-story building home, it is only vital that the building has a reliable elevator system.
There's usually one broken, at least one. There's been times where there were two.
The 3 elevators that connect Bromley residents from the ground to their rooms were installed in 1966, but have since been modernized. Despite being updated, they have continuously caused residents problems.
There were 4 of us, and we were coming up towards my floor, and then the elevators turned off. I was in there with my friend, and I knew one of the other girls in there, and the other one I didn't know. But we were kind of taken aback for a second. Pressed the help button, and that put us in touch with OUPD. OUPD called the fire department. The fire department eventually came and got us out.
On the evening of March 13th, as students were returning home from spring break, Bromley's 3 elevators all went down for over 15 hours.
When the fireman came and got us out, I asked him how often this happens, and he was like, it happens all the time. So it's definitely, I guess, an issue.
It's not just residents that experience problems with broken elevators, but also facilities, as it elevates work for their office.
We use contract service provider of Otis for our elevator maintenance, and we have 2 folks that are normally right here on campus. And so when we get a call for a downed elevator, we give them a call and they respond over to see what's going on. If they can rectify the situation through throwing a switch or their experience, they take care of it. If not, it all becomes dependent on what parts might be needed to fix the situation and how long it would take for those parts to come in.
Fixing problematic elevators such as the ones in Bromley isn't as easy as it may seem, as there are an array of external troubles faced by OU facilities.
We have $500 million in deferred maintenance. Deferred maintenance is systems that we have not had the resources to fully, that have gone past the end of their expected life, and we have not had the resources to replace. And that includes our elevator systems. We prioritize the worst for the limited dollars we have.
For Buckeye State Elevators, I'm Cole Patterson. On Thursday, April 7th, Ohio University held its annual Take Back the Night event at Athens First United Methodist Church. Take Back the Night is an international movement that gained traction back in the 1970s. The event once focused on combating violence against women, but has since shifted to include all survivors. It is OU's survivor advocacy program and women's center that has worked hard to bring the event to Athens.
So the main purpose of the Take Back the Night is that actually improve the awareness of sexual violence, to draw people's attention, to stop the rape culture, and provide the support for the survivor who ever see this campaign.
The event kicked off at 6 p.m. with the resource fair, where representatives from a variety of on-campus resources provided event guests with more information on the help their programs provide.
Victim Rights Ambassadors works along with Ohio Crime Victim Justice Center to make sure that everyone on campus also can help people educate and the community educate themselves on these rights as well. So it's a really cool organization that works all throughout Ohio actually.
The hour-long resource fair was far from the only thing Take Back the Night had to offer.
So after we're finishing this resource fair, we'll have a speech from the survivors. So several survivors will go there and then speech about their story, share their experience, and kind of imparting people in there. And after we finish the survivor speech, we'll march around the campus around, so we can show the allyship to survivor and help the campaign to stop the rape culture and help the survivor in the culture.
Many victims of violence and sexual assault bravely took the stage, sharing their powerful and personal stories to all in attendance.
Honestly, it's a really important thing because survivors need to be heard. Survivors went through something no one else could imagine. So it's just very important that the entire community, we just drop all differences. We just come together and support survivors for this one night just for them.
After an emotional hour filled with keynote speakers, the event soon took to the streets of Athens, Ohio, marching to truly take back the night from sexual and domestic violence.
Take back the night!
After the march, the event ended with a cord-cutting ceremony.
This Take Back the Night event is happening every year annually, so if you miss this year, come into next year. It's always happening first week of April, and you can see in the website of Women's Center.
For WOUB, I'm Cole Patterson. Nelsonville York needed a victory tonight to stay in contention within the TVC Ohio. But with the Buckeyes being Vinton County's only conference loss this season, Vinton County looked to avenge. The Vikings started off with an offensive burst built on passing as lots of open threes were hit. Mackenzie Hurd was kept in check defensively, and Cameron Zinn got her 1,000th point.
Special player, big moment. Both her and Tegan Bartow have hit that this year. And, I told him in the locker room, you played with a lot of talent, on this team the last 4 years. So to get it and to get it the way they do it unselfishly shows what athletes they are. Cameron, big night. She came out, I think 19 points in the first half. You can tell it was really driving her. I'm super proud of her.
In the second quarter, Hurd began to heat up, but the Vikings were able to capitalize on second chance points while at the same time limiting the Buckeyes' second chance point attempts. Vinton County led the game 36-22, with Zinn accumulating 19 points heading into halftime. As soon as the Vikings came out of halftime, the offensive end slowed down, although the defense was just too quick for the Buckeyes to handle. The Vikings were able to maintain a double-digit lead throughout the second half, despite racking up many fouls in the fourth quarter. Although this slowdown presented a few challenges, the Vikings beat the Buckeyes 56-42 in an impressive performance, ending their two-game losing streak.
Just a great win. Obviously, we needed this game for TVC. They lost the big game to Megs last week, so we knew we had to get this game. And now we're in the lead. So it obviously was in our heads. They beat us on our home court, so we came out and gave it our all. And got it done. We got a big week next week with Meg, and I'm thinking Wellston, so we got to win those next 2 games, then look at Alexander coming up.
The Vikings will face Wellston Monday before returning home next Thursday to face Megs. With Hardwood Heroes, I'm Cole Patterson, reminding you to be heroic. Vinton County had a lot on the line tonight as they looked to build on their 5-game conference win streak in addition to snapping Meg's 5-game win streak. The Vikings started off the game electric, scoring 23 in the first quarter as Vinton County quickly found a good tempo, forcing turnovers and scoring 3-pointers with ease. Meg stepped up and responded to Vinton County's fiery start in the second quarter as the Vikings let off the gas, allowing Megs to close the deficit significantly with Jennifer Parker scoring back-to-back 3-pointers. Megs head coach Heath Hudson has more on his team's fight back in the second quarter.
You know, they've been resilient all year. It's something that comes with maturity, something that we've learned to do, something that I wish we didn't have to do all the time, but basketball's a game of runs. We try to teach them that and just keep fighting.
After an electric first half, the Vikings returned a little bit more sluggish. Coach Jones has more about the lack of communication.
We're not communicating great on defense right now. We got to fix that. But like I said, we battled so much better in the second half and kept battling. So we fought past that and we'll fix it. I mean, communication is easy things to fix, so we'll fix it. You know, we came out fire, hit some shots. You know, you never really expect to stay on fire like that. It was just a little bit of communication on the defensive end. You know, we think our defense carries our offense, and we gave up, I think, 6 points within that first minute. And I think that got them rolling a little bit, got them, you know, pumped up a little bit. But, you know, we were resilient all night, and we kept pushing.
The Vikings indeed kept pushing in the third quarter despite missing many free throws. After taking a bit of time to warm back up, the Vikings were able to continue holding on to their lead as they closed out the third quarter. Vinton County encountered some foul trouble in the fourth quarter, but with Tegan Bartow dropping 10 in the final minutes of play, the Vikings were able to defeat Megs 60-54. It was the result of a very gritty game that kept Vinton County at the top of the TVC Ohio. The Vikings take the court again on Saturday in Wellston before returning home to play Athens on Monday. For Hardwood Heroes, I'm Cole Patterson, reminding you to be heroic. Since taking over as head coach of the Vikings in 2014, Rod Bentley has transformed the program from average to a powerhouse.
Just look at the banners. Like, he did so much for this program, and he completely turned it around, completely changed the culture of Vinton County basketball.
In his 7 seasons as head coach, Bentley has impacted dozens of girls both on and off the court.
He wanted to make sure we knew the game. He wanted to make sure we knew the fundamentals. We knew the reason behind every play, and really he just grew my basketball IQ so much. So now I can really break down each portion of the game, and I really give him a lot of credit for my love of the game.
During his time at Vinton County, Rod Bentley won both TVC Coach of the Year and District 13 Coach of the Year 4 times. But it's far from just the awards and critical games that Bentley helped win. It was the stories he helped create for the Lady Vikings that had been on his teams.
We would do these morning workouts, and we would have to go out back behind the school, and there we have like a big long road that goes up behind the baseball field, and there's a water tower at the top. And he would get these, like, were they 5-gallon buckets?
Something like that.
They were
Rocks.
huge, like big buckets.
Filled with rocks and water.
Filled with rocks and water.
Rainwater.
And we would have to carry one on each side and like sprint up these hills.
And if we spilled it, you had to pick up as many rocks as you could.
It was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
In his final season as head coach, Rod Bentley won Division II Coach of the Year and led the Lady Vikings to a state final berth. In the final moments of play, Coach Bentley did something that's remembered by all on the team.
So we all go, we go over to the huddle, and we're all looking at the board, waiting for him to say something. What is he going to say to us? I don't know. I was, freaking out. So we look at the board, and all he writes is mindset. And I was like, okay. So then we go out there, get the stop, and it was just the best feeling of my life.
Although no longer on the sidelines of the court, Coach Bentley's legacy will be remembered for years to come.
I think that's one thing he will be most known for. He was all in.
Eat, sleep, breathe basketball.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's all he does, I swear.
He didn't even sleep for basketball season, I don't think.
Growing up.
For Beyond the Court, I'm Cole Patterson.
Hey, can you help me?
Like a lot of parents, Caitlin Bali knows the frustration that comes with car seats.
So I think one of the hardest parts about car seats is the installation. I mean, we watched videos, we had help. We talked to older siblings, other people, and just said, hey, what do you do? There's so many steps.
Parents like Bali rely on car seats to protect their children, but experts say most parents don't install them properly.
And we know that 73% of forward-facing car seats are improperly installed.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, more than 2,600 children under 13 are involved in a car crash daily, making it vital for car seats to be properly installed.
We have a certified passenger safety technician. Her name is Bryce Bale, and she'll come out to our parking lot and do the inspection right here.
The Athens City County Health Department now provides a free service for parents to ensure their car seats are properly installed.
I know that Bryce has mentioned that every person that has come to get a free car seat inspection, she has found something that was improperly installed.
Even if every direction is followed throughout the installation process, it still is better to be safe than sorry by scheduling a free car seat check.
And if you want to make an appointment, just give us a call. Our phone number is 740-592-4431. Brendan Hart has been surrounded by instruments since he was a child, but realizes not all can relate.
This place gives other students that don't have that benefit the opportunity to get into music.
Hart has been involved in the music program at the Federal Valley Resource Center, first as a student and now as a teacher.
But when the music program first started, I was a sophomore in high school, and I've kind of grew up with the program, and it's given me a whole lot of opportunity for growing as a musician.
It's not just the space that the Federal Valley Resource Center music program provides, but also instruments that anyone in the community can borrow at no cost.
And so in this room we have a large instrument lending library that's open to everyone, youth, adults, and we have over 100 instruments.
The music program currently has instruments signed out to people of all ages across 5 different counties in southeastern Ohio.
Children and adults alike are able to experience instruments without investing money, which is a great thing. Athens County, we are not blessed with large incomes for the great majority of us, and so I wanted to make music accessible.
The FVRC music program also hosts many musical events, including performances, young musician showcases, free dances, and much more.
We also have a bluegrass jam that meets the second and fourth Sundays from 2 to 4, and that's for anyone, regardless of your experience. And we have a really good time. We invite everyone to either come play or listen.
Located within Grover Center on West Green, the Atrium Cafe offers more than just food and drink items. Beyond the menu, the student-run cafe provides an educational experience for all. Casey Henderson was once an exercise physiology major but switched to applied nutrition. As a result of her transition, Henderson is now enrolled in Nutrition 3350.
I think nutrition is one of those things that everybody can relate to and everybody can have a part in and always learn more about. So I felt like that was going to be the most direct route to where I wanted to go.
Students in Nutrition 3350 prepare a wide array of hot foods including entrees and sides, which are then sold in meals at the Atrium Cafe.
The first few weeks we learned, simple stuff like how to cut potatoes. It's been really cool being able to not only cook and be able to sell it, but also we each have to do our own menu.
The class goes far beyond just preparing and cooking meals. For the first half of the semester, Professor Dane Salabak allows complexity to steadily notch up, allowing students to become more comfortable with the fundamentals of knife cutting and preliminary meal planning. Although it is Salabak who picks and plans the menus to begin the class, it's the students who get to pick the menus in the second half of the semester.
Part of the planning process is they go through, pick out recipes, they meet with me, they figure out whether or not their recipes are nutritionally sound or serviceable for the Atrium Cafe. They have to go through the process of scaling up for service. By the end of it, I can turn around, hand them a recipe, or just tell them, go get A, B, and C out of the fridge, and they can execute a dish and lead their lab. So they're getting a wide range of culinary experiences and opportunities in the lab.
It's not just nutrition students in the associated lab involved in the educational experience. It's also educational for students and staff from other colleges across campus who visit the cafe for a change in pace from traditional meals.
There's a lot of people in the building that rely on this as their lunch, and especially when it comes to the soup, since we have a soup every single day, people get used to having that hot food, and then the menu is always changing. So that's another part of it that's really nice, is you're not commonly going to get the same meal twice. And it just kind of expands your knowledge as well in that culinary realm.
Recently, the cafe reopened their dining area for the first time since the beginning of the pandemic. By having the space open once again, the Atrium Cafe and its students can help broaden the palates of all who stop in.
Why should you choose the Mediterranean diet? Or how can you cook with low sodium? Or how can you cook gluten-free Italian food, right? Because most people are like, well, Italian food is pasta and it's sauce, right? Well, we can do it a lot of different ways. And so I'm really excited to have the cafe space kind of back open so folks can kind of come in and see everything that we're doing and kind of get a taste of that hands-on experience that my students are afforded.
Another goal is to maintain a waste-free program, meaning no food will go to waste at the end of the day.
I really try and reinforce to my students that if we're not using it as a usable product, how else can we use that before it ends up in our waste stream? Can we compost it? Can we recycle it before it just ends up in the trash?
Having these goals has enabled the cafe to achieve the honor of being one of the only 3-star green certified restaurants in Athens.
Everything from the light bulbs in the ceiling to the aerators that you use on your faucets, all the way down to compostable or reusable flatware and to-go containers. And so what we, again, did at the Atrium was really looked at that rubric and tried to do everything that we could to be as sustainable as possible.
From providing nutrition students experience in the kitchen with creating and preparing meals, to giving customers an opportunity to broaden their palate, the Atrium Cafe is truly a special and unique culinary venue. The Atrium Cafe is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The cafe accepts both Flex Points and Bobcat Cash in addition to debit and credit cards. Customers are encouraged to pre-order meals for pickup between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. For The Post, I'm Cole Patterson.
My name is Savannah Dawson. I work at Crocker Park Express in Westlake, Ohio. I've always really enjoyed Express's clothes because they closely align with my ideal style, but it wasn't until I started working at Express in April of 2021 that I really started realizing what Express's purpose is. And I think that creating confidence and inspiring self-expression is the most important thing that fashion can do for a person. And specifically for me, as a college student, I'm definitely still learning about who I am and what I want in the future. And I think that working at Express has really helped me to build more confidence, to be my unique self, and that's within fashion and my personal life and my professional life. And I think it's really inspired me to express myself in ways that would have never been possible without this particular journey of working at Express. I think my favorite memory working at Express was with one of our regular customers. She was coming in to shop for a trip that she was going on with her fiance. They were going to Cancun. It was really important that she found the perfect dress because she thought that he was going to propose to her on this trip. A few months later, she came back in to show me her ring because they ended up getting engaged in Cancun, and she was shopping for her engagement photos. I helped her find some more things that, again, were out of her comfort zone, and it inspired her to buy even more pieces that I recommended to her that weren't what she would normally wear, but she ended up loving all of them and she looked great in them. It was always a struggle to find jeans that fit every part of my body the right way, so it wasn't until Express Denim that I felt comfortable wearing jeans. That has really inspired me to wear more denim and include more denim in my wardrobe. I would have never had that opportunity if it weren't for working at Express.
From a hot cup of coffee to an iced fruity refresher and everything else in between, Ohio University has a lot to offer when it comes to finding a caffeine fix or fruity concoction. As of February 2022, Ohio University has 7 cafes located throughout its Athens campus. Although Front Room is the most visited of the cafes, there are many that are underutilized by students. Let's take a look at all 7 currently open campus cafes and see what each has to offer. Located in the Academic and Research Center on West Green, the Art Cafe offers freshly brewed coffee, specialty drinks, sodas, grab-and-go food items, and more. The Art Cafe is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and accepts Flex Points and Bobcat Cash. So me and my cameraman Ben got iced vanilla lattes here at the cafe at the Arc, and we both believe it is some of the best lattes that we've had at any campus coffee shop. So take our word for it and be sure to check this one out. Located on the 2nd floor of Alden Library, Cafe Bibliotech is a great place to grab a light snack or refreshment before getting some work done. Cafe Bibliotech opens at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday and closes later than other cafes, closing at 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 5 p.m. on Friday. Cafe Bibliotech serves Seattle's best coffee and offers a great variety of pastries, juices, wraps, sandwiches, salads, and soups. We spoke to student leader Jordan, a junior studying political science, about why she believes the campus cafes are great and some of her favorite drinks to make and enjoy.
The campus cafes are great, mainly I know because they take Flex and Bobcat, and that's a huge plus for all of our students. Being a barista, I'm a big coffee person. Right now I really like a vanilla latte with vanilla soy milk. It's very good, but you have to be careful not to drink soy milk every day because that can get bad for you. Other than that, I also really do like a good refresher. Those are only at Front Room, but we do have the teas, and if you put passion tea in any like green tea or stuff like that, it does kind of taste like a strawberry refresher, so that's what I do here at Bib or maybe at like Arc or something like that.
After talking to the staff at Cafe Bibliotech, they really recommended a lot of secret menu drinks that they have on offer, so be sure to check those out when you get the chance. Located near the south entrance of Grover Center, the Atrium Cafe is an independent eatery supported by the College of Health Sciences and Professions. Although not directly a campus cafe, it does offer something that other campus cafes don't: healthy meals produced daily featuring the talents of Ohio nutrition students. The cafe provides students with hands-on experience with contemporary food service management, cuisine development, and food and wellness. So I just got a simple hot coffee with cream from the Atrium Cafe. They specialize more in hot foods and just basic coffees rather than specialty crafted drinks, but it's still a really cool place to check out for lunch. They highly recommend pre-ordering meals, however, so be sure to keep that in mind if you are planning on coming to the Atrium Cafe for lunch. The Atrium Cafe is open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday and accepts both Flex Points and Bobcat Cash. The Front Room Coffee House, the most popular and well-known of the campus cafes, has long been an icon for OU culinary services. Front Room serves both freshly brewed and handcrafted Starbucks drinks, along with baked goods and grab-and-go food items. Located on the 4th floor of Baker Center, the Front Room Cafe gives students a great place to study, catch up with friends, or grab a quick refreshment. So from the Front Room Coffee House, I just got a simple hot latte. Now the Front Room is the most popular and busiest of the campus coffee shops, but nonetheless, they still make some great products, so be sure to try out all their menu items. The newest of the campus cafes is located at Heritage Hall on Union Green. Everything from Silverbridge coffee to juices and grab-and-go food items can be found here. The cafe at Factory Street offers one thing that most campus cafes don't: smoothie bowls.
So what's special about Factory Street is we are like a brand new cafe. We just opened last summer, and we also serve smoothie bowls. So basically, you can pick from 6 different smoothie bowls. My personal favorite is the Thai protein, and you get toppings on them like you would at any acai bowl store, but probably for less. So we have like granola, coconut, raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, and we can make them in like the toppings too.
The cafe at Factory Street is open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and accepts both Flex Points and Bobcat Cash. One of the specialty drinks offered from Steeped and Stirred in Jefferson Marketplace is the Dirty Chai. Steeped and Stirred is one of the popular coffee shops on East Green and is located in close proximity to many East Green students. Jefferson Marketplace on East Green is home to 2 different cafes. Located on the west side of the marketplace is Steeped and Stirred. Steeped and Stirred has a big focus on teas, offering a zen place to relax and enjoy a moment of peace. In addition to Steeped and Stirred at the front of Jefferson Marketplace, towards the back end is another cafe known as the Ohio Cafe. From here, we got an iced matcha, which has consistently been a student favorite drink that's not coffee. Instead of Starbucks or Seattle's best coffee, the Ohio Cafe offers Pete's Coffee, a brand known for their dark roast and robust flavors. The Ohio Cafe is great for those not only shopping within Jefferson Marketplace, but also for students who live off campus, heading up to class or back home. With cafes located within minutes of all on-campus buildings, there is certainly no shortage of caffeine and fruity refreshers for the Bobcats that call Athens home. There is even one more campus cafe that is currently not open, the Southside Cafe, located inside Nelson Commons on South Green. Well, Bobcats, I hope you enjoyed our look at all of the cafes across campus. Whether on your way to class or just taking a stroll throughout campus, be sure to check out all of these wonderful cafes when you get the chance. From pounding beers at 10 a.m. to standing shoulder to shoulder in a stranger's front yard, Ohio University's fest season has always drawn in thousands of Bobcats. The 2022 fest season has been no different, as for the first time since 2019, OU students are flocking to whatever street is calling their name. This past Saturday, the street that called Bobcats names was High Street. Now, what exactly is it that Bobcats are most excited about for 2022's High Fest?
I'm excited for beers all day, good times with your friends, a great day in Athens, being a Bobcat. That's what it's all about, man, fest season. Let's do it.
I'm excited to hang out with my friends. It's a fun day. It's a Saturday and we're having fun today.
Early in the morning, it seemed that many were excited for what the day had in store. However, there were a few that were expecting more than what High Fest had to offer around 11 in the morning.
I'm really looking forward to the crowds making their way down this way on North High. I'm not gonna lie, so my brother went here 6 years ago. It used to be crazy at 6 a.m. I'm a little disappointed with the crowds right now, but I think it will get better.
We're out here around 8:30. It's kind of dead right now. I'm hoping it builds up a little bit.
I was thinking it already would be crazy, but yeah, people will definitely come within the next
Yeah, I agree. I think that once the snow dies down and people are stopped being lame, then they'll come out.
In addition to freshmen, both sophomores and juniors are experiencing fest season for the first time, and they were as ready as they could be.
Great so far, because last year we didn't have any, obviously, and I'm a sophomore, so it's been great so far. Can't complain.
Even for seniors who have experienced a fest season before, arguably the same level of excitement was there as it was for freshmen and sophomores.
It's honestly been amazing. I mean, we lost the fest season to COVID, so it sucked not having it. And now that it's back, everyone's having a good time, and it's going pretty well.
Oh, absolutely. It's even been better because, you know, everyone's ready to party again, everyone's ready to have fun again, and it's just been an awesome experience so far, and we got plenty more to go.
Crowds did show up for High Fest despite the slow and cold start, but even with the moderate intensity that developed, High Fest simply couldn't compare to Mill Fest.
It was so much fun last weekend. Definitely saw some interesting things, but it was fun.
I think the basic, like, people jumped off the roof last week onto a table, so I think that's like the most crazy thing I've seen.
Probably same.
And more jumping off roofs is yet to come. For Hannah Campbell and Donovan Hunt, I'm Cole Patterson, reporting for The Post.
So what if I told you that there's a new fest that is happening? Stewart Fest.
I mean, I'd be down. I'm down to fest, you know.
And it's happening tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, I'll probably be there if it...
Most Ohio University students seem to have one thing in common, and that's the love to party. Fest season has long been a tradition, but when was the last time a new fest was created? April 2nd, 2022 was a monumental day in Ohio University history. OU students came together, and therefore the birth of Stewart Fest happened. My co-reporter Hannah Campbell and I talked to the creator and organizer of the 2022 Stewart Fest to see why she took the initiative to add a new fest.
Hi, I'm here at the first ever Stewart Fest with Michaela Rochelle and her housemate, Liz Williams. Awesome. So how does it feel being the first organizers of Stewart Fest and starting this event off?
It's pretty exciting. I mean, I'm just excited to see people come out. We're ready to party, so.
I'm super excited because we missed out on 2 years of fest season, so we're just like getting more people out and ready to party, yeah.
And why did you initially want to start Stewart Fest?
More fests.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't just one house on Stewart Street that was ready to embrace this new fest. There was another house looking to also help pump up the street.
Well, so actually people came around with flyers and they were posted on a door with a barcode, and it took you to like a Google Docs, and just looked like a questionnaire. We just filled it out and it's happening now.
What was your thought process with that? Did you have any hesitation to throw in a party or anything, or were you just all in right away?
I think we were all in. You know, we haven't had fest season in a while. I think everybody's pretty anxious to get going and ready to get it after.
The first ever Stewart Fest kicked off around 10 a.m., and the first hour was just as slow as Ohio deciding to fully embrace warmer weather. DJ Zigo was happy to play at the event and shared with us how he heard about Stewart Fest.
So, the only reason I heard about it was just from talk with friends and whatnot, and I didn't really think it was going to happen until the people over here that I was good buddies with asked me to DJ over here. And I was like, oh yeah, for sure. So I started promoting it just like to a whole bunch of other close friends. I work with Brick Life, so I just like posted it on Brick Life. Well, I didn't post it, I just sent it to one of the other graphic designers to be like, hey, can you post this for me real quick and all that? And yeah, that's about it.
Stewart Fest attracted around 50 people between the two houses that held parties. Although not as rowdy as Mill or High Fest, and despite the low turnout, Stewart Fest still attracted the cops.
I really enjoyed it. I came here this morning with one of my good friends. We're just having a lot of fun.
Has it lived up to your expectations?
Yeah, absolutely. Like beyond it. Really.
As you can see, everybody over here is showing up for Stewart Fest. Show us up. Exactly.
Both Michaela and Liz were not just excited for how the first Stewart Fest would go, but also the potentially bright future that Stewart Fest could hold.
You know, I think this year people will kind of get aware of it. And then hopefully in the future people will be like, oh, let's do this. So yeah, you know, I guess I'm just excited to see how today goes. But in the future that would be pretty sick.
We got a perfect location. We're right off Mill. I mean, they have Mill irons, they have Palmer, so we're a generalized location. I think it'll get more people on the streets, and yeah.
Any expectations for today? Do you think this is going to become a crazy event?
I think it'll stay like pretty chill. I don't think it'll be, I don't know, we're hoping for the best.
Although not the biggest success on paper, the story of starting a fest that may potentially attract hundreds and maybe thousands of Bobcats in the future is an important one for both Michaela and Liz. For Hannah Campbell and Donovan Hunt, I'm Cole Patterson, reporting for The Post.
Come get yourself a quesadilla!
On Tuesday, April 12th, the Alpha Gamma Delta sorority held its first ever AGDillas event to help combat food insecurity through the sales of quesadillas.
Today we have everyone coming out, all 102 girls from our sorority. They're coming to hang out, and right now we're selling quesadillas. It's super fun, so we're selling quesadillas for our philanthropy. All of the money goes straight to fighting hunger, which is exactly what our philanthropy is. We affiliate with Meals on Wheels, Feeding America, and then since we are local to Athens, we also work with HapCap Southeast Ohio as well.
AGD has always held events to combat food insecurity in the region, but it wasn't always quesadillas that were sold to help raise funds.
Yeah, we usually do mac and cheese with AGD, but this year our philanthropy chair, Maria, decided to switch it up, so now we're doing quesadillas. So we call it AGDillas instead of mac and cheese AGD.
Despite the switch up from mac and cheese, the goal of AGDillas remained unchanged from previous events.
So obviously today we'd really like to achieve, first and foremost, we want to come out and have fun. We have music, we have cornhole, we have all of our sisters here and then their guests. So we're coming here and we're hanging out, and then ultimately we just want to raise as much money and raise as much awareness for fighting hunger, especially in the area. Athens County specifically is the most impoverished county in Ohio. So food insecurity is a really big deal here. So we just want to, raise as much awareness and money for the area and then for our foundation as well.
There was a lot of preparation that led up to the event, but ultimately the hard work paid off and made way for a successful evening.
I'm excited for the girls to do this for them, and they're doing really good. So I hope they succeed in what they're looking to do. So
I'm honestly so excited. I've been nervous about this. I'm really glad. This entire week, the weather has been absolutely terrible, so I'm really glad that, knock on wood, everything is good so far. Super fun. We have cornhole music, spin the wheel for a chance to win a free quesadilla. But overall, I'm really excited about the event. I'm happy with the turnout, and so far we've raised a little over $2 grand.
And with that being said, AGD's first ever AGDillas event was a success.
These are fire. AGD quesadillas, best in the world maybe?
Yeah.
Best in the world.
For The Post, I'm Cole Patterson. Whether you're a first-year Bobcat or returning back to school, stepping onto campus is an exciting time for all. Ohio University is home to well over 10,000 students, and with so many Bobcats on campus, it can be hard to figure out what places are best for studying, grabbing a bite to eat, or to socialize with other students. This video is designed to highlight some hotspots around the Athens campus and to show what they offer. The John Calhoun Baker University Center, commonly referred to as just Baker Center, houses many offices, dining venues, and workspaces. Many helpful resources available to all students are housed within the Baker Center, including the Student Involvement Center, the Women's Center, Greek Life Office, and LGBTQ Center. Dining venues at Baker Center include West 82 Food Court, Latitude 39, the Front Room Coffee House, and the soon-to-open Life is Sweet, which offers quick-serve pastries and bagels among other products. Across Baker Center's 5 floors, students can find many spaces to work individually or in groups.
I think that in this building it's important because there's so many resources for students. We've got the Cat's Cupboard for students that are looking for food or looking for micro grants, that's in here. Coffee is something that I need to get through my day, that is here with the coffee shop. And there's just a lot of areas set aside for students to have informal meetings, group meetings, social meetings, whatever they want to use the building for. I think that it's kind of like a second home on campus for them. So I think that Baker, to me, is one of the more important buildings on campus, one of the best buildings for students to get to know.
Right now I'm standing outside of the Alden Library, a vital place on campus for all students. It is much more than just books that the Alden Library offers. Alden is filled with study rooms, all of which are available to rent by students at no cost. Both PCs and iMacs can be found throughout the building, along with many printers that students can use for a small fee. The second floor is home to Cafe Bibliothèque and the Academic Achievement Center, which provides students with academic help for some of those harder classes.
The library I thought was super important, especially for my major in engineering. With everybody in my learning community, it was a good way to meet everybody. And whenever we had classes, we would go to the library just to check up and see if there was anything else we needed to do. And it was also just a good spot for everybody to socialize before the next class. Another super helpful spot, another cool spot is probably the ARC, the Academic Research Center, especially if you're on West Green. They also have like a coffee shop there and a lot of vending machines and services just for, eating and just relaxing there. It's a good spot to meet up with your classmates if you guys need to do any projects or assignments. But if you're on West Green in the engineering college, most likely your classes will probably be in the ARC, so it's a nice spot to kind of just relax and wait for your next class or just chomp up.
There are many other study spots available within academic buildings on campus. Grover Center is also similar, packed with study spots and another unique cafe option, giving Bobcats a venue to grab a quick meal or cup of coffee. Schoonover Center is another example of an academic building with not just study spaces, but also lots of amenities.
So Schoonover Center is actually one of my favorite buildings on campus, actually where I'm currently standing. A lot of photography studios. We have a podcast studio in our library, just an amazing space to kind of study and hang out with some friends and also take some amazing classes.
The East End is a great place for both studying and for getting away from the books. Located on the first floor of Jefferson Hall, the East End has many study rooms, but also offers a 9-screen game room and a multi-purpose room. Also located in Jefferson Hall is the Jefferson Market, which is one of 3 on-campus markets. Jefferson Market is the largest of the 3, offering a full-service deli, coffee shop, and juice bar. Here at the Convocation Center, you can watch all of the Bobcat basketball and volleyball that your heart desires. One super cool thing about OU sports is that tickets to basketball and football games, among many other sports games, are free for students, so be sure to take advantage of that super cool perk. OU boasts numerous recreational offerings. The Walter Fieldhouse has a 100-yard-long AstroTurf football field and 316-meter-long practice track. Bird Ice Rink offers open skating to students, and the Aquatic Center has an Olympic-sized pool with 1- and 3-meter diving boards. The Aquatic Center offers open swim times throughout the week, whereas the Walter Fieldhouse is reservation only. Open throughout the whole day is the Ping Recreation Center, which serves as OU's main gym. Ping is home to a 36-foot-tall, double-sided climbing wall, 5 basketball and volleyball courts, 2 multi-purpose gymnasiums, an elevated 4-lane indoor running track, 6 racquetball courts, free weights areas, and 2 group fitness rooms. For students looking to hang out outside, South Green is home to South Beach, which is full of outdoor space for Bobcats to play basketball, sand volleyball, or just hang out and lounge around. Located across the street from the Walter Fieldhouse is Ameritai Park, a great space to lay outside and lounge in hammocks. There you have it. Now check out and take advantage of these many academic, recreational, and unique offerings OU has here on the Athens campus. Moving onto campus brings a lot of changes for students, especially for those moving away from home for the first time. One big change new Bobcats living on campus face is having to rely on culinary services for meals. Thankfully, OU boasts many unique options when it comes to finding a bite to eat. In this episode of Ohio University Basics, let's take a look at the many campus markets, dining halls, and other culinary concepts OU offers. Students can find 3 different markets across campus: Nelson Market, located inside Nelson Court on South Green, Boyd Market, located inside Boyd Hall adjacent to the district, and Jefferson Market, located on the first floor of Jefferson Hall on East Green.
At Jefferson Marketplace, we feature all kinds of different concepts. We have a Brick City Deli, we have steeped and stirred, we have juiced, we have vegetable butcher, so students can actually take their vegetables up to a counter and have them processed right there as they wait.
Students can find all of the essentials that they would expect to find in any other grocery store, such as frozen foods, snacks and candy, and pre-made meals. The markets offer much more than just grocery store items, however. Specialty concepts extend past Jefferson Market and can be found at Boyd Market as well.
So here at Boyd Market, we feature the Smooth Moves. So it's a concept that we do smoothies. There are times where we do 500 smoothies a day. Students are able to get that off of their traditional meal plan, which is the only place on campus that they can use a traditional meal plan in the retail area.
In addition to the 3 on-campus markets and the specialty concepts that can be found within them, OU also has many on-campus cafes.
Well, we've got 5 campus cafes that spread around campus to give the students a good place to go commune, grab something quick to eat. Most of the pastries at the cafes are made here in-house at our internal bakery.
Culinary Services have worked hard to bring back many dining venues that haven't been open since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic.
So we have the Hungry Cat. We brought that back this year. The basic main staple item that we're going to do at the Hungry Cat this year is the buffalo chicken quesadilla and the regular chicken quesadilla. Those are before we bring back the full menu. And that is also at the top of Morton Hill.
It doesn't just stop at former concepts being brought back, however. Culinary Services is hard at work introducing new concepts, one of which being Life is Sweet, which will be located next to West 82 and Baker Center. Life is Sweet will feature pastries made in-house, along with grab-and-go items like bagels for those looking to grab a quick bite to eat in the mornings. At the heart of OU Culinary Services offerings are the 2 dining halls here on campus, Nelson Court on South Green and the District here on West Green, where I'm standing now. This year, Culinary Services has added a few new concepts and features to the dining halls.
So I think this year the most exciting thing for everyone to know is continuous service. So Monday through Friday, at the District, which is located on West Green, from 10:30 a.m. all the way through 8 o'clock p.m., the dining hall is open, which is great for the students, working around their class schedules and things like that. As well as at Nelson Court, Monday through Friday, continuous service from 11 a.m. till 8:30. So it's a great new thing that we're doing this semester for our students.
In addition to new continuous service, Nelson Court has also received a whole new concept called OU Cooking, focusing on home-style meals from both the local area and across the globe. It's much more than just food that the dining halls offer.
If students are looking for a sense of community, sense of belonging, where can I make some friends? This is a great place to join a team. We are the largest employers on campus, so if students are interested and want a job, even if it's only for 4 hours a week, and we've got great opportunities for leadership positions and promotional opportunities. So I was a student myself. I think it's a great opportunity for students to jump into.
In addition to Nelson in the District, students can also dine at West 82 Food Court, which offers pizzas, pastas, made-to-order burgers, deli sandwiches, and much more. Latitude 39 is a sit-down restaurant offering appetizers, full meals, and desserts. Both venues accept Flex Points and Bobcat Cash. Campus dining venues not only offer a large variety of food and items, but also offer many accommodations to those with special dietary needs.
So we do have a registered dietitian on board. Her name is Angie Boyer. So she meets with students, throughout the week. She'll do walkthroughs if the student would like. She'll go through what the allergens are, what their special dietary needs are, and basically come up with a custom plan for them. Some students like to call ahead and place an order, and then some students like to just utilize Margaret's. So they can go to Margaret's at the District, and every day that concept is available for any student that has any kind of dietary needs, gluten-free, dairy-free, things like that. That's what that concept is for.
Information such as venue hours and menus, along with features such as mobile ordering and rewards punch cards, are all accessible through the Ohio Eats app. The app is called Transact Mobile Ordering and can be downloaded on any smartphone. We hope this video gave you a nice glance at all that OU Culinary Services has to offer. Be sure to take advantage of all features and concepts. For The Post, I'm Cole Patterson. One well-known Court Street food spot has recently reopened its Carryout store. After some extensive renovations, BREW, Craft, and Carryout is open again after being closed for over a year.
We decided to reopen the beer store after about a year of being closed, mostly due to the COVID situation. We decided on a Thursday that we were going to reopen, and we had 10 days to get it done before the students were going to come back. So John and I, with a ton of help from our bosses, the owners of this store, and then obviously all of the co-workers that work here, we got it done. We had a lot of painting. We redid the wallpaper in here. We put trim up, bought decorations, live vegetation, all of the product that we intended to sell. We got all of that done in 10 days.
Located at 10 South Court Street, BREW offers customers much more than just a normal carryout store experience.
We didn't want it to look like every other carryout on the planet. We don't want to have the same things that every other carryout has, and we want to make it a place that people want to come. So yeah, just part of it was kind of coming up with like a vibe.
It's not just the decor that makes BREW unique, but also the products they sell.
So we have wine, Fireball, Sangria, Parrot Bay. We have champagne, box wine. We have a cooler that is half from Ohio. The other side is we have things from Hawaii, Iceland, Colorado, New York, so a whole bunch of different things. We also have an imported section with cervezas. We have Krabbies, Guinness, Seltzer's cooler. We actually have a craft beer. It's a tea beer. It's Wild Ohio. It is super similar, I feel like, to just like a refreshing glass of like iced tea, so like it kind of fits over there.
Although BREW has a large focus on craft beers and wines, they also sell many domestic staples and non-alcoholic beverages, along with necessities like ping pong balls and lighters.
So right now we open at noon every day, and then Sunday through Thursday we close at midnight, and then Friday and Saturday we close at 1 a.m.
Be sure to check out BREW next time you find yourself on Court Street. Each September, awareness, equality, and inclusivity is promoted through the recognition of Deaf Awareness Month. Throughout September, awareness on deaf language, community, and culture is raised on a global level, but many at OU are bringing deaf awareness to a local level.
So today we are here tabling in support of Deaf Awareness Month, and we're just trying to spread the word of deaf culture and the deaf community. So we're handing out flyers today, and we are also displaying 4 different posters that were created by students in the deaf culture course here at Ohio University.
The tabling event hosted on September 26th provided an opportunity for students and faculty of the College of Health Sciences and Professions to share information on deaf culture to all who stopped by.
So in the past, we've just done social media efforts to spread the word about this, and we've actually mostly focused on World Hearing Day, which is in March. So we thought this would be an opportunity to have an event in the fall and an event in the spring as well.
The tabling event provided a place for students and staff to interact, including Professor Lori Woods, who is a full-time deaf employee at OU. Although she teaches many ASL classes, Woods is always looking to educate on communicating with deaf people.
So here are some important things for you to know. If I'm walking and somebody else is walking toward me, it's really important to make eye contact with deaf people. That's how deaf people communicate while they're talking. You know, for example, if somebody breaks eye contact, that might show that they aren't interested in the conversation. If you want to communicate with deaf folks, you can write back and forth, you can use your phone and send messages. You know, you might say, "How's your morning going?" Or "Good morning," and I would sign back, "Good morning." And then that's also a moment for me to teach some sign language. There are many folks here in this building who are very motivated to learn sign language. So again, if you're communicating and you don't know sign language, you can write back and forth or you can text. Lighting is very important. For example, if it's dark, you know, I get left out of the conversation. So it's important to remember that lighting needs to be good. Got to turn the lights on. That's important. Just like if you think about restaurants, for example. You know, you want to go on a date, you want to go out to eat, we get to the restaurant's dark. That's not great for communication with deaf folks. You got to look for a well-lit restaurant. And also, when you think about candles, you know, it can't be right there in front of you. That'll be a visual blocker, so you got to make sure it's off to the side. When you think about the menus, you know, think about how hearing people place things in the center of the table. Those are communication barriers for deaf people. you know, the ketchup, the mustard, the salt, the pepper, all those things are always in the middle of the table. You gotta move those out of the way so that you can conversate with each other. I think that's really important to think about when you think about Deaf Awareness Month.
Learning about how to interact with deaf people, along with deaf culture and community, extends way past the month of September and into the classroom. The School of Communication Sciences and Disorders recently introduced a new certificate program.
It's called the Professional Deaf Resource Liaison Certificate. So this certificate allows you to learn more about the language, but also the community and culture and the development of American Sign Language.
Despite being a new certificate offering, students are already sharing positive feedback.
So I decided to get the certificate when they created it because I had already taken, I think, about half of the ASL classes that are required, and then I saw, or I'd heard from my professors a lot about how important ASL is for deaf children to become literate, and as someone who wants to become a librarian, like literacy and helping people enjoy reading in general is something I'm passionate about, so I think that I will use a certificate to help connect with those deaf patrons.
In addition to the certificate program and many classes offered, there are also clubs working to raise awareness all year long, one of which being the ASL Club.
We meet every other Tuesday here in Grover West 126 from 7 to around 8-ish, so you should come check us out. We do a lot of fun stuff with ASL, and you can have no knowledge of ASL and still have a lot of fun, or you can know a lot and have a lot of fun. So,
from classes to clubs and awareness events, there certainly is no shortage of education on deaf culture. For The Post, I'm Cole Patterson. Taco Bell has brought back its game-changing fast food item, Nacho Fries. But the chain is bringing the heat with a new limited-time collaboration. Southern California brand Truff has partnered with Taco Bell to bring truff sauce to the menu, allowing customers to pair the unique hot sauce with the Mexican seasoned fries. We decided to try Nacho Fries and truff sauce for ourselves.
Can I do 5 orders of Nacho Fries? And can I get that, the truff sauce? Thank you.
Here's that. So we gathered some friends and staff of the Post and had a tasting here in the newsroom.
And that's like the spicy
It's the super
sauce.
red stuff.
Yeah,
It scares me.
That's chemicals.
Like how like that.
It vaguely smells like a nail salon.
It smells. It smells a lot spicier than it is.
Yeah, it does smell pretty bad.
Like a nail
A
salon.
little spicy.
Yeah. I'm loving this cheese.
I've never had this. I just don't trust this. It smells like it tastes.
It almost has like a,
It tastes like a
there's like a marinara quality to it.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
No, I'm not
The
right.
first bite was like surprisingly okay.
You just sounded like you were in pain after that.
Alrighty guys, so rate the fries out of 10.
11.
They're like at
least a 9 out of 10.
I love these things.
I'm giving
With
this
the
all
cheese
7.
sauce? Yeah, the fries with
It's like
themselves,
a-
I'm giving them like a 6.
Yeah. With the sauce, with the cheese. With the cheese, it's like a 9.
So how's the truff sauce?
Not a fan. Surprisingly good at first and then terrible afterwards.
It's like
you're eating the air, but like drunk.
Countdown 3, 2, 1.
That's terrible.
not even.
It tastes like the inside of an nail salon. Because of this.
Yeah, there's way too much of the truffle sauce on it.
Like, I'm in pain.
Be sure to try truff sauce for yourself and get some nacho fries before the promotion runs out once again.
To the late night double feature picture show.
Why do classics keep coming back? Is it the timeliness? Is it the characters? Well, for one show in particular, it's all those qualities combined plus one more, the time warp. A stage graced with lace thongs, revealing clothing, top-notch musical members, and Dr. Frankenfurter can only mean one thing. The Rocky Horror Picture Show has returned to Athens. The cast, which is all students from Ohio University, is nothing less than electric, oozing chemistry on and off the stage. The show is put on by the Lost Flamingo Theater Company, or LFC, and for some, this is their last time stumbling into the eerie mansion of Frankenfurter.
Hey God, are you gay?
For others, it's their first time experiencing the sexual awakening of Rocky.
I didn't know anything about Rocky except that you were supposed to like dress like a slut, which I did, and it was great.
The 1975 film, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, follows lovers Brad Majors and Janet Wes as they navigate a mysterious mansion and its interesting characters. The iconic movie has been adapted into a live show that allows people to express their true selves through song, dance, and sexual innuendos. Rocky has been a monumental part of many cast members' lives. It is for Nathan Stanley, who first joined the cast in 2018 and is playing Dr. Everett V. Scott.
I've always loved the movie since I was like way too young to be watching the movie. I think I was like 7 the first time I saw it. And I thought it was really cool, and I was like, why not try out? And then I almost didn't try out, and then my friend was coming, and she was like, come with me, so I did, and the rest is history.
Stanley said that the performance is an opportunity for people to feel accepted and celebrate themselves and each other. The show, Stanley said, unexpectedly brings people together in ways that they may not have known an hour and 38 minutes ago.
I would say Rocky is like nothing you've ever seen. It's crazy and it's slutty and it's really an awakening. You will be horny all night.
Like Stanley and Ogilvy, Mackenzie Price, who plays Magenta, said Rocky radiates togetherness, and for Price, Rocky is the heart of Athens.
I love performing in general, but there's something about my connection to this role that feels unearthly in a way. I just have such a fun time doing it, and the sexual nature of it is something I've brought into my life, and I've always struggled with like femininity and masculinity. Like specifically, I wanted to be more masculine, and like this is more feminine for me, but I feel comfortable in it, and I never felt that way before, so it was kind of a way of taking back femininity in a way that was like, it was for me, if that makes sense. It felt right.
The cast believes Rocky is the perfect chance for someone who has never experienced this type of show to express their true selves.
And they should just come in open-minded, ready to have fun, and to feel whatever sexual feelings that they feel, because that's a part of the show.
Another key factor of Rocky is the carrying on of roles until one graduates or decides to leave the production. Janet Wes, played by Emily Ivory, and Brad Majors, played by Matt Christian, know the feeling of longevity in Rocky.
Brad, please, let's get out of here.
For God's sake, keep a grip on yourself, Janet.
Ivory and Christian, both seniors, have been working together for 3 years now and have watched themselves grow through the characters. The show, for Ivory, is intertwined with messages of confidence and comfort.
I think it gave me, one, a completely new set of friends, a whole new confidence just in myself, and I think that it could probably bring that for anybody who is a part of it.
Christian has continued his role because of the excitement it brings everyone who watches it.
Well, at the beginning, when I get naked, it's an interesting feeling. But I really, once you get that out of the way and you get the stockings on and the heels on, that's what I love the most about this show, because it's something I would never have done in a million years. But then I did it here.
The show would not be complete without the ensemble, better known as the Chorus.
I decided to join because everyone in the cast is super hot and super cool, and I went to the show last year and I was super captivated. Everybody did such an amazing job and the energy was so sensational that I decided that I had to be a part of it.
Junior Lily Boulard, the choreographer for Rocky, senior Emma Ledford Atkins, The Sign, and sophomore Aaron Bishop, The Lips, are all members of the Chorus. Boulard returned this year and took on the role of the choreographer because of a love for the show. The show, Boulard said, is a hallmark for queer representation and a staple of Athens' individuality.
Our version is like done in the way that only Rocky is done. Like you walk in and it's like a bar, and then they're playing the movie, and then they're like acting in front of it, and you're like, what is this? Like, is it a movie? Is it a play? Is it a musical? Who knows? And then like people like are like interacting with the audience, and like we have the virgin sacrifice at the beginning. It's a very distinct, like idiosyncratic show.
Ledford Atkins said the show is a change of pace from the high-stress, everyday college life that many people at OU experience. And for Bishop, Rocky relays the message that even when someone is looking, one should always be themselves. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are a chance to be surrounded by people who embrace themselves for who they are and encourage others to do the same. It also provides an opportunity to watch the cast perform memorable moments.
As the Lips, I would say come see Rocky if you want to see me and a bunch of other hot, sexy people shaking booty on stage.
We're gonna shake it till the light has gone.
Being up on stage is nerve-wracking, but the audiences make it worth it. The cast feeds off the energy that the audience gives during the performance. Senior Haley Allen, who plays Riff Raff, was once a member of the audience, but now has a role in the show this year.
And also presumptuous of you.
I have seen it the 2 times it's happened in my college career. I went both times, and my partner actually played this role before me, so I took it on.
Filling the shoes of Dr. Frankenfurter this year is junior Quinn Bennett. Through the process of preparing the show for opening night, Bennett, along with the rest of the cast, has felt an array of emotions from stress to excitement.
I just feel lucky to have been a part of the whole process because everybody here is so great and because the show is so great. And doing it on the stage tomorrow is going to be fun. And then, I mean, the audience energy is what makes the show.
Putting it all together is director Zoe Korns and assistant director Max Levitsky, who are both seniors.
I love this show and I love the people involved in it. Rocky is really close to my heart. It's something that I've been a huge fan of for many years of my life, and doing it with some of my favorite people and my best friends has been a great experience.
Korn said seeing how the audience will receive the show is what's most anticipated. So much dedication goes into making it the most electrifying event of the fall, and Christian agrees.
It's so sexy because it's an excuse for people to slut out and, you know, not be who they usually are and be around people that feel the same way. And I think that's probably why it rains.
The checkered floors of the Union are awaiting a crowd of heels and corsets. The Rocky Horror Picture Show will be at the Union from October 20th to October 22nd. The doors will open at 8 p.m. and cost $8 for those 21 and over and $10 for those who are under 21. If there's one thing to leave Rocky with, it's...
Don't dream it, be it. It's from the show.
No,
yeah.
The Ohio University swimming and diving team recently made a splash by hosting the first ever Cannonball contest. On Wednesday night, roughly 15 to 20 contestants made their way to the OU Aquatic Center in hopes of taking home the grand prize by simply having the best cannonball.
It's a way for us to promote our swimming and diving team here at Ohio University. It's a cool event, good community outreach for us.
OU Athletics and Marketing have always promoted the swim and dive teams through posters, but wanted to be more creative in marketing the team in their upcoming meets this year.
It was something out of the box, something we'd never really tried before as a department. So we're just, trying to push the envelope and find creative ways to market the team.
Cedric Granger, a junior studying journalism, was the MC for the first ever competition. Granger shared advice right before the first cannonball.
It's cool to have like a cannonball, but if you have a way of like doing a flip while doing it, or maybe a spin, just add a little razzle dazzle, that can be something that could separate you from the rest of the competition.
It was clear as the pool water that most contestants were competing to win. Bill Miller, a freshman studying marketing, has worked at a pool previously. It is because of that factor that Miller believes he was best prepared for the challenge.
Dub City! I'm a certified lifeguard back in my hometown. I'm one with the water. I'm pretty much Aquaman in the flesh. I'm gonna get in there and all the pool might actually leave. All the water might leave the pool. It's gonna be a tidal wave.
Despite the fierce competition for the first place prize that consisted of an Ohio Bobcats backpack stuffed with merchandise, a $50 college bookstore gift card, and a $20 Union Street Diner gift card, some contestants were simply cannonballing for a fun time.
I don't plan to win. I'm not opposed to not winning. Of course, I'd love the top prize, but I'm fine with just walking away with the chips and salsa coupon.
As participants climbed the ladder to the 3-meter diving board, everyone had a different strategy they implemented. From classic belly flops to front flip cannonball hybrids, creativity was evident in each splash.
But my strategy is to just condense myself into as little ball as possible and just let gravity do all the work.
I decided to take the plunge myself. Working overtime, I climbed the ladder in dress clothes and performed a beautiful cannonball. The judges, which included Rufus the Bobcat, gave each participant a score of up to 10. All contestants jumped twice, but only a select few were chosen to partake in the final third jump.
The main purpose behind the first ever cannonball contest here at the Aquatic Center was to promote the upcoming swim meet between the Ohio University Bobcats and the Miami Redhawks.
Yeah, this is a great event for us just to get students out to the Aquatic Center and get people to show their personality a little bit on the boards, see what we can get from a big splash or something like that, but it's nice to get people out to the Aquatic Center and see what we're all about here.
As the finalists made their third and final splash, the judges were faced with the tough challenge of not only figuring out the third and second place finishers, but most importantly, crowning a grand winner. Despite not having the main goal of taking home the gold, it was ultimately Hannah Nolte who won the first ever cannonball contest. As the event concluded, all contestants left feeling satisfied and as warm as the Aquatic Center air.
I'm really happy with it, especially for it being the first time. Ohio students always show up, and hopefully they can come out to the meet on Saturday against Miami.
The Ohio University swim and dive team will take on the Miami Redhawks this Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Aquatic Center. For The Post, I'm Cole Patterson.
Rated E for everybody guy, or like T for teen?
Why I told you to stop, you son of a... And live from Studio C, it's Fridays Live!
And with those words, episode 2, season 49 of Fridays Live was officially underway.
Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Fridays Live. I'm Ethan Hess and I will be your host tonight.
Throughout each semester, a variety of Ohio University actors, writers, tech, and directors produce OU's very own late-night comedy show, Fridays Live. For the fall of 2022, this student media group will produce 6 shows, all of which will be live-streamed on Fridays Live YouTube channel on, as implied, Friday nights.
Acting. Please stay tuned for some more amazing performances and a very special musical guest, me.
The Fridays Live crew works closely as a team, with many roles needing to be fulfilled by the multiple students who are a part of the club. The club's members commonly climb the ladder quickly, just like Grace Palminteri did.
So I came to one shoot for about 10 minutes, and
and they were like, welcome. So next semester, they were looking for exec members. And I was like, I was at one shoot for 10 minutes, so why not sign up? So I was the DS director last year, and that's basically shooting all the pre-recorded content and then editing it so it's ready for the live show.
Grace Palminteri continues to climb the ladder at Fridays Live, now serving as a co-producer. But it's not just Palminteri who worked her way up into an executive role quickly, as Lydia Smith also serves as a co-producer for season 49.
This is only my second semester with Fridays. First semester of my freshman year, I went to one show, and it was the Christmas show, and it was my first time there ever. So I showed up for the last show of the season, and it was fun. I held cue cards, which we now don't do anymore because we actually have teleprompters. But I did that for a show, so I came back next season, kind of worked my way up to floor director, and then now I am a co-producer.
Preparation for each show starts well before Friday night, and it certainly takes everyone on the team to bring the show to life.
So Wednesday night is when we vote on the sketches we're doing, and from then it's just like hell week basically if you're a theater person. We cast them Wednesday night, we create a list of props, all of our art department needs. So basically the execs stay behind an hour after we vote on the scripts to organize all of that.
The planning that occurs at the Wednesday meeting lays the groundwork for the next day, allowing the cast to come in on Thursday having already seen the scripts that were sent out the previous night.
So we have crew come in first and set up these flats, which are just temporary set pieces that we can move in and out really easily. And then cast shows up to block and then rehearse it out. And then we connect everything to our control room so the director can see the different screens and how it'll look during the live show.
Fridays Live is not entirely live during each episode. Mixed into each show are pre-recorded sketches, also known as digital shorts.
All right, what's up everybody? It's Alex Awesome, and I'm back here with another way that anyone, yes anyone, can become filthy rich just like me in a few easy steps.
I'm a co-DS director. I direct digital shorts, the pre-recorded sketches we do each week. I do that with the other co-DS director, Ryan, and we basically just pick a night out of the week, sit down and shoot a sketch in somebody's house in like 2 hours. And so it's just like a real small ragtag crew, a really small cast, and it's usually pretty fun.
Sam and his fellow co-DS director Ryan are tasked with not only planning out digital shorts, but also figuring out what jokes and characters work best for the content that will air in each episode.
Marianne, it's why I do what I do.
We brought back a fan favorite character known as Valerie. She's a sock puppet who also happens to be my wife. It's kind of an ongoing bit where she slept with Ryan, so now I'm getting back at her by sleeping with Ryan. And in this sketch, she also has a musical number.
Who are you? What are you doing in my home? Sam!
It's not what you think. Oh, it's exactly what you think.
After finalizing the digital shorts and rehearsing the show on Thursday, and before the cast and crew arrive at Studio C in the radio television building, the Fridays Live executives begin working early Friday afternoon.
So basically exec, or at least the, main exec members with a lot of responsibilities are on call all day, waiting for people to text them, like if they have an emergency. Hopefully we have all the same crew members going in from Thursday to Friday, but sometimes something comes up and we need to find a quick replacement for a camera operator or a sound person.
Most of the Fridays Live members arrive later in the afternoon, as call time for the crew is at 4 p.m. and call time for the cast is at 5 p.m.
This year we're lucky to have everything set up from Thursday night, which is good because it takes a lot less time for crew to get organized. However, we're going to still have to do a tech run through and a dress rehearsal. So the tech run through is just kind of walking through everything that was blocked the day before, and then we usually have a dinner break where everyone runs out and gets food, and then we all need to be back by 7 to do the dress rehearsal, and that's when we actually wear the costumes and the makeup that we have haphazardly put together the night before. So it's a lot to think about, and usually those two run-throughs are not perfect at all, but the cast and the crew are learning as we go, and they kind of recognize, oh, here's like a gap in the comedy, here's a place where I could add a little something in to make the joke flow better, or here's a place where I could do a clever camera maneuver to make the joke funnier.
As the clock ticks on, work on performing the show continues all the way up until the very last minute. Excitement along with nerves, rise with every minute that passes, creating a thrilling environment for all members of the show.
So then the show goes live usually at exactly 8, or if not, like 8:02 p.m. on a normal day. Occasionally we'll have an after dark show that starts at like 11 p.m., but that's only one per season. That's gonna be on October 21st. The show starts at 8, and then we just do one run through. Grace and I sit in another room and watch the show go down. We take notes on everything. The director is coordinating from the booth with the technical director. They're telling the cameramen what to do and telling the sound people what sound to play. And the actors are kind of on their own, if not for the floor director who's commanding them. And we just go straight through with the live sketches and with the digital shorts, and usually it comes out to be, if we're doing a normal show, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
It's because of all the hard work that each member of Fridays Live puts into the show that a successful and entertaining episode is produced time and time again.
Thanks, have a good one.
For The Post, I'm Cole Patterson. Athens Public Transit recently unveiled its new electric bus to a charged crowd at the Athens Community Center Wednesday morning. The event attracted dozens, offering an electric-themed playlist of live music, a synchronized dance, and free rides on the new bus around the community center's parking lot.
You'll be the very first riders in the city of Athens to make your way around the pool parking lot.
The new bus project was a long time coming, however.
This was a project that actually started way back in June of 2019, so it took a long time to come to fruition.
The presence of electric vehicles has increased over past years, becoming more common in urban areas. The justification for funds was due to the lack of data on how the buses would perform in rural settings.
Rural Action was able to get a grant with the Department of Energy to see how technology such as electric buses would do in a rural setting. We were fortunate enough to have the opportunity to get some grant money to purchase the bus.
The new bus will do much more than just transport people. It will also serve as a study of how it performs on curvy roads, brick roads, and hilly conditions.
From elected officials to citizens of Athens, there was a great turnout here at the unveiling of the first electric bus in the Athens public transit system.
A high-voltage crowd arrived at the community center around 11 a.m., just as DJ Muchi Noki began to electrify the crowd with music.
I'm here today on behalf of the agency just to see the community come together and have fun.
The bus hood was popped open as attendees got to view the inner workings and interior of the bus. Shortly after, the bus began giving joyrides around the parking lot.
I'm very excited to be here because I think it's a great way to bring the community together, have everyone kind of get excited because that can be a little difficult in these times of the year.
The entire exterior of the bus is painted with a colorful mural, which was created due to a partnership with Passion Work Studio and art students from Federal Hocking Middle School. Although there is now only one electric bus in the Athens public transit fleet, there are plans to expand the technology in southeastern Ohio.
We currently have 8 buses that are equivalent to this size bus, and so we have a plan that over the next 5 to 7 years to slowly replace our gasoline fleet with electric vehicles.
Conley said that having an electric bus also adds an additional advantage to the region, by giving those an opportunity to experience the new technology without having to own a personal electric vehicle. The exposure to electric vehicles allows the community to learn and understand the technology is a safe and reliable form of transportation. The new electric bus is now available to the community and can be seen traveling around the region. For The Post, I'm Cole Patterson.